The vibration against the table was subtle, barely a sound, but it hit me like a gunshot. I didn't reach for the phone, didn't flinch, didn't look down. I already knew who it was. Across from me, the woman on my date noticed the change before I masked it. Her eyes narrowed, not suspicious, just attentive. She was the kind of woman who understood silence, who read the air, not the words. The restaurant smelled like wine and expensive lies, low lighting, soft music, people pretending this was how happiness looked. Then the door flew open. I felt the heat before the voice. "How dare you?" My wife. Her heels were too loud, her anger too practiced, rage mixed with panic. Never a good combination. Heads turned, forks paused. Someone whispered. I stood slowly, calm. That calm terrified her more than shouting ever could. "Lower your voice," I said softly. She pointed at the woman beside me like she was claiming stolen property. "Who is she?" I smiled. Not cruelly, not kindly, precisely. "Meet your lover's wife," I said. "We're finalizing our divorces." The color drained from her face in layers. Shock first, then confusion, then fear. Real fear. The kind that comes when the script flips and you realize you're no longer in control of the story. Weeks earlier, control had already slipped from her, but she didn't notice. The first warning wasn't dramatic. It never is. A laugh at a text she didn't share. A phone tilted away from me like a reflex. Her body present, her attention elsewhere, like living with someone who'd already packed their emotional bags. I asked nothing, accused nothing. I watched. Betrayal leaves fingerprints everywhere if you stop pretending not to see them. The late nights, the girls' trips, the way she showered immediately after coming home, the way her affection became mechanical, timed, obligated, empty. At night, I stared at the ceiling and replayed moments I'd once trusted, rewrote memories with new context. Each realization cut clean, not loud, no screaming, just quiet damage. I didn't confront her because confrontation is for people who still want answers. I wanted certainty. Phone records, location data, a private investigator who didn't ask questions, photographs taken from a distance, hotel lobbies, parking garages, a man who wore his wedding ring like a costume, on when needed, off when convenient. The worst part wasn't the affair, it was how easily she lied. When I finally contacted his wife, I expected hysteria, tears, rage. Instead, I got exhaustion. "I thought I was crazy," she said calmly. "You're not," I replied. We compared timelines, lies recycled word for word, the same excuses, the same apologies preloaded and ready. That night, something in me settled, not healed, not relieved, settled. When I placed the evidence in front of my wife days later, I watched her eyes skim the pages too fast, denial racing ahead of reality. She cried, she begged, she swore it was meaningless. I listened. I always listened. Then I said I needed time. She mistook my silence for weakness, for forgiveness waiting to happen. The date was never about romance. It was about symmetry, public, controlled, witnessed. Back in the restaurant, her voice trembled. "This isn't what it looks like." I leaned closer, my voice barely carried. "It's worse. You just didn't know I was watching." The woman beside me stood, composed, steady. She extended her hand, not in anger, but in finality. "We're done cleaning up after you," she said. My wife reached for me instinctively, muscle memory, ownership reflex. I stepped back. "No," I said, "not anymore." I placed the envelope in her shaking hands. Divorce papers, evidence, timelines, the full map of her double life laid out cleanly, clinically, no room to rewrite history. The room felt smaller. She felt smaller. I paid the bill, thanked the staff, walked out without looking back. Later, alone, I didn't feel victorious. Revenge is loud. This wasn't that. This was clarity. I didn't lose a wife. I lost an illusion, and I walked away carrying something far more dangerous than anger. Peace.